Greetings, everyone. And welcome to a sense of wonder why people think that's funny edition of Monster Party.
Monster Party.
Monster Party. Monster Party.
Monster
Rondo
Party.
winning.
Yeah.
Monster
Winner.
Party.
Monster Party.
Rondo winning. Monster Party. Yes.
Award-winning.
Award-winning
we are, sir.
podcast. It makes us so happy.
Yeah, Rondo Award winner. Who are you,
And
sir?
humble.
Yes.
I am Matt Weinhold.
I am SHAWN Sheridan.
I'm Larry Strothe.
And I'm James Gonis.
And for this episode, this is something that kind of permeates a lot of episodes that we do, and that is comedy. We have comedy in many different forms, hopefully, if it works, in many of our episodes, because we're laughers. You guys are laughers, right? I'm a laugher. I like to laugh. I'm kind of funny that way. I like to laugh. I'm a laugher, and so I like genre vehicles that sometimes have humor in them. Maybe they're satirical. Maybe they're outright farces. But I will take that kind of humor in any form as long as it works. And so we are going to call this episode for tonight, What's So Funny About Horror, Sci-Fi, and Fantasy?
What's so funny about horror and sci-fi and fantasy?
Dun, 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 dun. What's so fun about horror, sci-fi, and fantasy?
Matt, to do this episode, to really analyze this stuff,
Yes, Larry.
we need a great guest. We need someone who understands comedy.
Absolutely.
And laughter.
And laughter, yes. Comedy and laughter. It's very important that we have the two. Well, our guest for tonight is a return guest, a friend of the show, and a person who has hands-on experience with melding comedy with horror, science fiction, and fantasy. Yes. Yes, she was a writer on the long-running, highly respected, and laugh-out-loud hilarious TV show Mystery Science Theater 3000, and we are about as pleased as we can be to have her back on the show. Please welcome Tammy Golden.
Tammy Golden!
Tammy Golden!
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Am I your first guest since you've won the Rondo?
Yes.
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am extra honored.
It's our pleasure. We're the ones who, it's like getting another award. You coming back on the show, it's like getting a second award.
That's right.
And if you think about it, once we won this award, people are going to be coming to our podcast going, what's it all about? And our first episode out of the gate is with you.
Yeah.
And you wrote on Mystery Science Theater. I mean, this is like we're a home run hitting it out of the park.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. What he said.
Thanks, guys. That's very concerning. And I hope you can put this later in your lineup and on a down note. So put me towards the end when they're no longer deciding whether they're going to give you another award or not.
See, already she's doing the jokes. Already.
That's what we like. We like, it's the gift of laughter. That's what it is.
We have the perfect guest for this.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I know we've talked about this before. As a kid, I was a serious kid. I didn't like comedy in my science fiction fan. It made me mad, because I always thought, they're making fun of my science fiction and fantasy and horror. So it was hard for me to get into it, at first.
And by the way, as a child, Larry was a tiny mouse who lived in the pantry.
Living with a human family somehow.
Some way he made it work.
But did you guys feel the same way? I mean, Tammy,
sometimes.
How are you growing up? Did you always like the laughter and this kind of stuff, or?
When it worked, I really did. There are some movies, whether it's sci-fi, horror, or just drama, where there's a funny moment and people laugh incredibly loudly. But is it because it's very funny or because there's no levity in the rest of it? So your mind is fooled into thinking that was a really great LOL moment. Yeah, I don't think it bothered me when it was done well.
Do you have a favorite sci-fi or horror or fantasy comedy that you would start this off with?
I have a couple. I mean, One of my top 5, Cabin in the Woods.
Great.
What We Do
Great.
in the Shadows,
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead. I mean,
Shaun of the
these
Dead.
are all, but I think Shaun of the Dead might be my top one.
It's just
Wonderful.
great.
Out even, but it just every cylinder. It was hilarious, but also sad, also scary. I'll shut up now.
No, and couldn't we say that one of the things that makes that work, as well as some other sci-fi, horror, fantasy comedies, is the fact that there's enough that they play serious. Like,
Yeah.
the humor really comes from the characters in this world, in this horrifying world. One of my favorite moments in that whole movie is when they got the stepfather in the car and they're saying, like, you don't understand. There's nothing human left in him. Nothing that you recognize as your stepfather is in him at all. And then he reaches over and turns off the metal music that's playing.
Yeah.
It's so good.
With that little sigh.
Yeah.
A little drowsy sigh afterwards. But it's
a fine line.
Your eyes are welling up when his mother dies in the aftermath of that. Sorry, spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. But that is very legit.
Yeah.
And it works on every single level. And it's so hard to get that.
That tone, especially in comedy, right? I mean, you have to get the tone just right, especially when you're blending horror and sci-fi with that,
Sci-fi is, I think, even tougher.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, people love Red Dwarf and, iconic, but, it's pretty low-hanging fruit.
Low-hanging fruit.
At times.
Jokes,
Some of the humor, the jokes can be, yes.
Okay, for someone who hasn't necessarily sat down and watched something like Red Dwarf, is it like because of its so low budget, or do they try too hard? Or because I've heard Matt rave about it.
There's something very endearing about it. The cast is fantastic. You can see the punchlines coming from a mile away, kind of the Hello Western Union. And it's a lot of slapstick. It's a lot of just
and
like Three Stooges type stuff.
Yeah, actually,
are there pie fights in this?
No, I mean at times
space pie.
Space pie. Now I want space pie. How dare you?
I know.
The thing with Red Dwarf is that you're absolutely right. When it comes to some jokes, there's kind of a lowbrow, like sex humor, something that's very traditionally a certain type of British humor. Wouldn't you agree with that, Sean? That it's like there's that kind of almost like a Carry On vibe.
Yeah, well, Carry On a little bit, but I think Red Dwarf is amazing. I mean, I think the comedy is really well done. The characters are so well defined, but also they have really great sci-fi concepts.
Well, see,
in their episodes, like some of the ideas and the plot lines could work for a non-comedic show.
Can be profound. I mean, absolutely profound.
I think it's, and yes, it has its highs and lows. But I mean, it's always been on multiple seasons. But some seasons are better than the other. But I mean, my wife and I always revisit it every once in a while. I mean, it's just a great show.
It's easy to watch, and oh god, those actors! I cannot imagine anyone else in the role. Cat especially.
And that's why when they were going to do the American version, you just can't. I can't even.
No, it doesn't work.
Like they tried to do an American version, a couple different versions, and the only actor they got was Robert Llewellyn, who plays Crichton, the android. Sean was saying too, is that show? Sure, you have that kind of baseline, those gags. But then there's a bigger sci-fi concept that's the backdrop, and somehow it works. The cheekier gags usually fit the characters perfectly. They're regular Joes sorry, Larry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder here, but regular Joes in a fantastic situation.
Yeah. And yes, there's that British element. You mentioned the Carry On films. I think, the Carry On films were on forever. They made so many of them from the 50s into the 70s. And yes, they're very lowbrow, but one of the best Carry On films actually is the horror parody from 1966, Carry On Screaming. And it's great. It actually is really well done. It's kind of like a parody of Hammer films with Kenneth Williams and Fenella Fielding, and it's great. If you're into that kind of British humor, that's a great one to check out.
Have you seen it, Tammy?
I have not, but I've heard of it, and I have so much Carry On to catch up with. It's like The Wire.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it.
I can start now. I have like 35 years of catch up on now. but I've definitely heard of that. And, we all like Benny Hill.
Well,
I do.
It's not an American thing. My understanding was like the British people hated Benny Hill.
They didn't hate it.
Oh,
some people did. Some of them did.
As Americans, I feel like we're kind of predisposed to hold any British, whether it's drama or comedy or horror, to a higher standard because it's the accents. They can do Shakespeare better. It's the history. It's the culture. Comedy, even lowbrow comedy, feels like, if Benny Hill were American, that never would have flown you. Maybe because he was British.
No.
Right. He's lovable.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, and then he was in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Come on. I mean,
It's true.
He was the best part.
Maker. No, he was a great part in that movie. I wouldn't say he was the best.
Good question, though. I guess you could consider Chitty Chitty Bang Bang then a fantasy comedy?
Yeah.
James?
The funniest thing about that movie is the grandpa, because he's such a staunch colonialist and he will not let go of that. And then,
it's always such a hilarious
those colonialists.
As a kid, that song that he sings, Posh, always bored the hell out of me. But now it's for me the most entertaining part of the movie because that guy is just so out to lunch and what he represents.
You didn't like the Posh song?
Not when I was a kid. Now I appreciate it.
Okay, what about Up with the Ashes?
That's fantastic. Yeah. Roses of Success. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
For the rest of you, just smoke them if you got them.
No. Look. I would say Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is a fantasy, but I think it's got all kinds of elements in there. There's some scary stuff in there. There's great drama. There's love. It's a great film. There's race cars, a flying car. How cool is that? Come on.
That makes it sci-fi?
Well,
maybe, I don't know. No,
you're fantasy. Right. It's a fantasy.
Yeah, it's a flying car with 8-inch wings. Come on.
But it's funny. Some of the things that we're talking about, Red Dwarf. You've brought up Red Dwarf before, and James, have you seen Red Dwarf?
I have not.
Yeah. See, so two guys.
Surprising.
I mean, would you guys recommend that? That's something that James and I should check out.
100%.
So,
oh my God! It's what? How many seasons is it now? Like 13 or 14?
I mean, or
15, but it's been on for like 25, 30 years, and it just every so often somebody gets in legal trouble.
Yeah.
Well, there's that. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
The writer or the two writers disown each other.
Right.
Yeah, they hate each other now, and so
But it's one of the best sci-fi comedy series
absolutely.
ever.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the most lovable characters. And even one of the characters has, I think, a really unique story, which is the cat. Long story short, a guy goes on this mining ship, goes into suspended animation, wakes up 3 million years later, and he had a cat that he was saving from being destroyed, and he left it in a cargo hold. While he was asleep all those years, the cat gave birth to kittens. Those kittens gave birth to other kittens, and it resulted in a whole race of eventually cat people. And so by the
evolved.
Time they evolved. And then by the time he wakes up, there's only one cat person left, and it's just this guy that they call Cat. And he's this dude who like dresses almost like Prince, and he's just he's constantly looking in a mirror, and he's got like a little travel steamer that he keeps his clothes clean with, and he's looking in the mirror going, "How am I looking? I'm looking nice," and it's just great. It's just fun. As Tammy was saying, so endearing.
Yeah, it's like, are you being served? Like another thing, which is kind of like the Carry On things where. The humor is just like, so low. But the characters are so well defined and the actors are so good. You just buy the whole thing, hook, line, and sinker.
Spoiler alert. So there's an episode, a later one. And by the way, there are gaps of years between seasons. And then they got together and started making shows again. And they're all older. Everybody's older, but they're just back to what they're doing. Yeah. The robot somehow got a pot belly. I don't know how that works, but okay. But so what we find out in the storyline, spoiler alert, is that the main character who was put in suspended animation, Dave Lister, played by Craig Charles, he finds out that somehow he was his own father due to a time paradox problem.
Right.
And so now that he knows that he's his own father, he figured out this way to give his son advice. So what he does is he gets so drunk that he can't remember what he said to himself. And so he just gets wasted and says all this ridiculous shit. And then the next morning, Lister will play the tape and go, "Oh my God, my father's an asshole." It's great. So there's another example of broad humor being nicely mixed with a great science fiction concept.
Yeah, it's really, really, really clever and just inspired, I think.
I think so.
The British do comedy sci-fi well. America traditionally, I feel, hasn't really. They're Lower Decks is good.
Oh yeah.
And Avenue 5, but that's Armando Iannucci, so that's British.
Yeah, but I thought the first season of that was good, and the second season I lost interest. It was like it should have been really like a shorter, condensed little mini series because I thought it lost its way after a while.
I thought the opposite. The Orville I haven't seen much, but I feel like it was actually just Seth MacFarlane being Captain Kirk. I think it was sci-fi with a little bit of comedy.
You're right.
Even though it was probably pitched as comedy with sci-fi.
Although it was better than most of the actual Star Trek series on at the time.
Wow.
By far.
Wow.
Yes.
I heard that from everybody, and I believe that. Because he's very smart and he's very funny, and he's a little less cloying in his getting points across than some Star Trek episodes.
How do we feel about Spaceballs? Gentlemen? Ladies?
Yeah.
James?
How can I not love it?
I can give you some reasons.
Okay, look, it's hit and miss, but when it hits, I absolutely love it. It hit just enough. It's not like I have to watch it every year. And I got to say, I'm not expecting much from the sequel, but I do have some affection for it. And if I know that Mel Brooks made some sort of a verbal deal with George Lucas back in the day that he would never make action figures.
Yes.
But if they came out with a line of Spaceballs action figures from the original movie, I'd be totally in on that.
It's grown on me. I mean, I don't think it's not Brooks' best. I mean, I guess I'm always comparing a genre parody by Brooks to A Young Frankenstein, which is so pitch perfect, but also a pitch perfect homage and love letter to the actual Universal horror films.
Right.
So it's both that and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I think Spaceballs is a little more wonky and a little more slapdash.
Yeah.
I also feel like Mel Brooks was not as much into that kind of thing. Like he was not a Star Wars fan.
But that's Gene Wilder, I think, a lot had to do with Young Frankenstein. Because you're right.
Sure.
They got Universal monsters more than Mel Brooks got Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
And let's not even talk about Robin Hood.
Well, I do remember when the film came out, and on the back of Famous Monsters magazine, which was my magazine, I remember the advertisements for Young Frankenstein. And I remember being really upset because, well, first of all, the Frankenstein monster, he's bald and he has a zipper on his neck. And to me, I just thought they were being mean and they were trying to make fun of it. So I regret being that age and deciding not to go to the film because I was insulted. I didn't see it for years and years and years. And then, of course, when I saw it, I was like, oh, my God, what a bummer. I wish I had seen it when I was younger, because Sean's absolutely right. It's funny, but it was done with love. And just all if you look at just even the sets and all the electrical stuff that they used was used in the original Frankenstein from 1931.
Yeah. It's a gorgeous film.
And it's true that they like Gene Wilder, I thought was fantastic, and Marty Feldman was. I mean, everybody in it was just so great. And anytime it's on, I love watching it.
You can't turn away.
Well, and that's another needed ingredient. I think it really does help if the person making the film actually likes what they're parodying, because then they know how to parody it.
Yeah.
I think Gene Wilder had really a lot to do with the writing. Less than Mel. I mean, you can see a Mel Brooks gag in Young Frankenstein, like arrows in the tires and stuff like that. You can see what are his
right
and what are Gene's, which are a little more, I don't say elevated, because Mel Brooks is a genius and he's a very bright man. But again, I think he goes for some of the easier, more schlocky gags, whereas I think Gene Wilder had a lot to do with.
You're right.
Well, they had a lot of chemistry together. But when Wilder went off on his own and did, like Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Brother and World's Greatest Lover, the results were just never quite as good.
I know. You're right. It was a good combination of him with Brooks.
But also sometimes it's just lightning in a bottle when you put these two guys together to create this film and then this marvelous cast. What's so neat is if you were to read the script and you have to ask yourself, when some of these actors do their voice, the inflections and all the things that they do that they brought to their characters, it's something that you can't necessarily write in a script or direct. Marty Feldman's look, or just by the way you say, put the candle back. I mean, all that stuff. Everybody is so good at just picking their moments and bringing. My understanding is everybody brought something to these characters more than what was written on the page.
Right.
And that was really magical. Yeah.
It's that chemistry. You're right. The chemistry.
Must have been trust there.
And I would say for Mel Brooks, when he stopped working with Gene Wilder, I felt like those films were not quite as up to snuff as the prior work.
Yeah, like Dracula did and Loving It. It has its moments. It's like, it's not horrendous, but
I prefer Love at First Bite.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Well, even High Anxiety, so much of it is so forced. I mean, when I was a kid, I loved it. I look at it now and it's like,
I do still like that one. I like that one quite a bit still, but
it's got moments. It's got It's like Spaceballs. There's like the one moment I like in that movie is the alien moment with John.
Oh my gosh. Matt, at that point, I lost it. And to me, the price of admission, well, actually, I think I got to see it for free. But to me, that was worth the price of admission. It was the best thing. I literally lost it, especially when John Hurt was like, oh no, not again.
Not again, right.
And
that's funny.
And that was so great. And like James said, I too, it was like, yes, it was funny. It was cute. There was hit and miss.
Cute.
But I am actually excited to see all of these people back together again. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I haven't seen Rick Moranis in a while, but to see all of those people back together, I have no idea what it's going to be like. But yeah, I'll probably, pay my $10 and get my popcorn and see it on a big screen like everyone should do. Everyone should go out to the movies with other people and see it.
Go to a good theater.
Yeah, go to a good theater, not where.
And go to a good movie.
Well, I like Matt's been going to, I don't know, some really nasty theaters, I guess, where people are taking their shoes off.
I go to the Skid Row 5.
Apparently so.
New Beverly or...
No,
New Beverly's okay. But how would you...
The floors being very sticky and the film's constantly burning while...
but that's endearing.
The wrong way.
That's part of the charm.
That's part of the charm, right.
It is. But don't go in there with bare feet.
That's true.
God, no.
Real quick, though, when you guys talk about Universal Monsters, I think it's interesting that the gateway horror movie for many monster kids was actually Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. But what's interesting is, like, I know some people at the time looked at it as like, the Universal horror films, man, they've really stretched it now. They're actually bringing Abbott and Costello. But what's so interesting, though, is that movie is so good and it's such a great melding of Abbott and Costello world and the Universal Monsters, and still keeping it within the Universal Monsters universe. The continuity was a little off, but for the most part, you still look at it as a sequel in one of the many sequels of Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and Dracula, and it just works so well. But it's interesting because I thought about other later movies that added a blunt comedy element to an established genre. Look at Superman 3. But it's the same kind of concept, really. It's like Superman films, let's add a popular comedian to it. And of course, at least in my opinion, that it was a horrendous disaster. But whereas the Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein, they still put care into it. And they still, like we were just saying, they treat the horror straight. and the comedy works.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, that movie I've seen a million times. Like, that's a perfect horror comedy to me. And the later Abbott Costello, the Mummy and Dr. Jekyll, they did different mythologies with those characters, you know. But the Frankenstein and Wolfman and Dracula and Abbott Costello Meet Frankenstein are those characters, and it's still continuing their stories. So I found it interesting that worked, you know. And it's amazing.
You could cut out Abbott and Costello, and that would be just a straight Universal horror movie.
Yeah,
Like all this stuff with Larry Talbot is actually quite sad.
Yeah.
Do you think that people who saw that, who are, you know, already horror fans or already Abbott and Costello fans, if they saw that movie, did more people become fans of Abbott and Costello, or did more people become fans of horror because of
that's a good question.
Interesting question. Yeah.
But it probably was a hit because of that, because it brought in Abbott Costello fans and Universal Monster fans, you know. So
but who did they win over?
I don't know.
Boy, that's a good question.
I think it did more for Abbott and Costello because their franchise was still going relatively strong, or at least strong enough after that movie to warrant all these other movies.
Right.
For the Universal Monsters, that was pretty much the last hurrah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, that answers that.
Well, you know, the funny thing is I remember being a kid watching old movies on KBHK TV channel 44 in San Francisco. Matt remembers this. And they would show, like, there would be a classic Shirley Temple film because there were so many. Then there would be an Abbott and Costello film. So as a kid, I was exposed to Abbott and Costello with their other films before Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. And then it's weird because, again, like I said, I was a kid that didn't like my comedy mixed with my monsters, but for some reason, I was okay with that one. I was okay with that film. And Sean and Matt have brought this up too, that because the horror is played straight, because the monsters are playing it straight, maybe that's why it was more acceptable to me.
Yeah.
And actually, it was really Costello that was doing kind of all the goofy things, going, you know, that kind of stuff. And check. And I bought
if Larry Talbot had done that, it would really.
Oh no! Oh no! And even, you know, the funny thing is, even when Larry Talbot is trying to be really honest and saying, "You don't understand. When the moon is full, I turn into a wolf," and Costello goes, "Yeah, you and thousands of other guys," you know. And I could see that's like Matt. That's like my buddy Matt. Matt would say that if I'm trying to be serious about something, Matt would make some kind of crack like that. So, you know, it all fits.
Stop it, Matt.
No, it's him. But
you touch on something though, because you touch on something that John Landis talked about when he was talking about American Werewolf in London, and he said that why he included the comedy was to make it more realistic. That people behave that way. People, you know, it's like a humor as a defense mechanism to deal with something. That's why I was always surprised that you had some resistance to that movie, Larry, because I feel like it is played so straight when it's doing the werewolf stuff. And sure, you know, when you've got all the dead people that are hanging around and he's in the porno film theater, and, you know, but even that gag is so pitch perfect. And these people are trying to make the best of this limbo state that they're in, just waiting for you to kill yourself so they can have a nice, peaceful afterlife. All of that I thought was just so clever and original. Yeah. And I've always wondered why that film bothered you. And also, what film and how old were you when you finally really got the idea of it's not being mean to the genre, it's celebrating it with humor?
Okay, well, let me just say this. You know, we've all seen the classic Hammer horror films. If you watch a classic Hammer horror film, they're tense. They're tense and
they're deadly serious.
They're deadly serious. And that was my thing. I wanted to be serious because I didn't like it if people were to say, "Oh, there's that Larry kid. He likes to play with fake blood and fangs." I'm like, shut up. I'm like my serious monster stuff. And so if you did anything that was comical with like a horror film, then it really irked me. It was like they were teasing you or making fun of you because there's comedy in it. So I just was hoping, I was so excited to see that film. I remember going to see it in the movie theater. And I guess I was put off by some of the comedy. Maybe I just wasn't ready for it, Matt, looking back at it. I mean, sure. We've talked about the look of the werewolf and how the werewolf looked really unique, very different. The one that's crawling,
right?
And it is really neat. And of course, that transformation scene is just fantastic. I would even say it still holds up today.
Oh yeah,
but that comment goes, "I'm sorry, I called you meatloaf." I remember going, you didn't need to say that, because it was like, throw that comedy and mix it with the seriousness of him transforming into a werewolf. I just felt that it wasn't needed. But I mean, do I look at it differently now? Yeah, I do.
The Howling, which was the other werewolf movie at the time, that also has some satirical elements to it. Some maybe a little more subtle, a little more wry, but there's definitely more. There's some comedy in that too. I wouldn't call it. I mean, it's not a comedy or all out satire, but there are definitely Joe Dante-esque moments in that are like little winks.
Well, and Fright Night is definitely a lighthearted affair in parts of it.
Yes. Yeah.
And see, I love Fright Night. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Boy, I wish I could put my finger on it. Somebody help me. With Fright Night, I just loved it from beginning to end. And
the original, right?
Yeah.
The original. Yes. Oh God.
Sorry to even ask, but
no, with Roddy McDowell, and he was just so maybe it was partially because it was at a time when those nighttime horror hosts were on their way out. Matt and I, we grew up in Northern California. We had Bob Wilkins, John Stanley. We've had John Stanley on the show, and they had their time, and I do miss those. But it's almost like it was a time where before the VHSs and stuff like that. So maybe that was an element that I really latched onto.
Okay.
Hey, if I was helping John Stanley go after a vampire, and actually some of the comedy stuff, like when Evil Ed does, the note, the dinners, and it was still scary to me.
And it's character driven, though. That's character driven.
It fits the character. Right?
Yeah, it depends, because there's so many levels. You go all out broad comedy like Spaceballs. You can have it more subtle. I mean, that's the thing with comedy.
How about Ghostbusters then? Then where does that?
Yeah,
I love Ghostbusters.
I love Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I love Ghostbusters.
James
doesn't. I know you said before.
I was just a huge fan of Stripes, and after Stripes, you have the same star, the same director, and I was just expecting something kind of funnier, and maybe I don't know.
You didn't like He Slimed Me?
No, not really.
That's not my favorite joke.
But that's a movie that
no. I disagree. You guys, because we've heard it.
You disagree that it's not my favorite joke.
It's because
you're right.
What was this about you being a little more open-minded, turning over the
Yeah, what about the new leaf, Larry?
What about that new leaf?
Tammy,
when's that day happening?
Bear with me. If we were all in the theater together watching that for the first time, I remember when that line was said, and the whole audience just fell apart. It was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Now, we've heard it so many times. It's been used so often. So I think maybe it's lost.
I didn't think that was the funniest thing when I saw it the first time. But there are other hilarious lines, though.
Yeah.
And I like when he's walking into Sigourney Weaver's apartment and he walks in and he goes, "It's Dr. Venkman." Like they know him, like the ghosts know him. Oh, shit. That's hilarious.
It's also a movie that blends elaborate special effects with comedy really well.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody had seen anything like that.
No.
Yeah, that
is still just like,
and
that's great.
And let's face it, did anyone expect that the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was going to appear?
Yes,
to me,
great.
again,
Great.
that James, wasn't that funny?
At the time, I don't know. I just wanted to laugh more, and I felt like the effects were somehow working against the humor for me. As much as I love the cast, for me, Harold Ramis more than anybody else was because he was the most deadpan in it. And when he goes, "I collect spores, mold, and fungus," to me, that's the funniest line in the movie, and that's a
great line.
That's a funny
I think
line.
everybody has the character they sort of inhabit.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I like the drier or rye.
Yeah. Now Ghostbusters 2. Now that's how I.
Hey, I'm still on Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'm trying to understand, James. You didn't like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
I think you already asked him this, right?
Yeah. No.
Twice.
I'm trying to
No, he's not going to suddenly go,
Yeah,
I've been lying to you.
He has his own opinions, Larry.
You know what, Larry? You're right. You're right. Let's
light.
move on. I love him now. Let's just move on.
Yes.
Wow. Oh,
Welcome to
man.
Monster Party. If you're joining us, James has changed his opinion.
Welcome to Stroth World.
No,
I'm going to bring up something, getting away from this Larry thing, because clearly it's triggering. What about something that is so good and so funny that people don't realize it, like, say, Starship Troopers? Where
I love it.
Yes.
Love it.
You're either laughing or you just buy it, hook, line, and sinker, without any sense of irony or the bigger picture.
Yeah,
Tammy, you thought it was a comedy?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
somehow I'm not surprised by Larry's reaction here.
It's a satire. It's
a satire.
Yes, Larry. It is 100% a satire, Larry.
100% satire. He knows. He's satire.
He does not know. He does not know.
He does not, Tammy.
No, he thinks those guys are the good guys.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Have you seen The Boys?
No,
Are you
look,
watching?
look, hey. I understand what they're trying to say. I get it.
Not the first time you saw it, right?
Well, no, I just.
What side were you on when you first saw it? Were you...
Like, yeah, you're little Larry Stroth going, yeah, get those bugs. They're afraid. Yay!
I think he was in his 20s by then.
He still had the voice. He still had the voice.
Yes. James, what did you think of Starship Troopers?
I enjoyed it.
Oh, no.
James, you're a tough audience.
I don't know. There wasn't enough troopers, and then there weren't enough starships, and
it was subversive. It's a huge, effects-laden, gory, subversive sci-fi epic. It's great.
One of his best, I think. Verhoeven's
best.
Amazing.
But you're right. A lot of people didn't get it at the time, but now it's been more appreciated because they get it. I mean, does anybody really think Paul Verhoeven is going to make a straightforward, old-fashioned 50s bug attacking movie? No, not Paul Verhoeven. He obviously was attracted to it for other reasons, just like RoboCop.
RoboCop. It's just RoboCop. Yeah.
I mean, he's
Well, along those lines, The Substance from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Horror or comedy? I vote comedy.
I think both.
Comedy as well.
I think it's a total satire. I think by the end of it, it just becomes like, why did you take any of this seriously? Because
it's ridiculous.
A total joke.
Right.
No, none of it was meant to be taken seriously whatsoever.
Right. Like women, which is the kind of the point, guys.
And I do agree.
Point? Oh,
I do agree that it's a little clunky sometimes, and it's like over the top kind of. Again, I think I mentioned before. It's kind of like, I think the director is trying to go for like a Terry Gilliam kind of grotesque satire world, but she's not Terry Gilliam.
It's no great movie.
Yeah, but I enjoy it.
Entertaining. Yeah.
I
could have done without Dennis Quaid, but.
Yeah.
I thought, no. I
really?
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I mean, I could do without Dennis Quaid. Period.
Yeah, right, in real life.
Right. Now, yes.
He was pitch perfect and he was, what women are dealing with. He was literally kind of the point of the movie.
See? So many levels that I'm learning about.
But James, if I may ask, what movie... It doesn't even have to be in this genre. Now I just want to know what makes you laugh.
Oh boy, here we go.
What is the hardest you laughed in a movie? And don't say like Equus or something.
No, it's like the general, or like.
That's the only comedy or movie period that Orson Welles ever liked. So I would expect that.
Wow.
James, what just made you lose?
Put him on the spot. What is a movie you like?
Which is what what made him double over.
Wow.
The guy who's been doing a podcast for over a decade about movies.
Who went to film school?
I think Tammy brings up a very fair question.
Yes.
Well, just in terms of playing comedy, I mean, man, it also reminds me that there haven't really been a lot of good comedies made for the last decade.
Now that's true.
Which is pathetic.
But any era. I mean, any genre of comedy.
It doesn't have to be good. It could be crap. Just something that made you, James,
chuckle,
double over.
Okay, just off the top of my head, I know that like tomorrow morning I'm going to think of a dozen other things I could have said, but in 1980 when I went to see Airplane, the first Airplane, and the laughs were just nonstop.
Yeah.
It was the Zucker brothers. I've never seen anything like that before.
Absolutely.
And that was so fresh at the time. Like that was, nobody did that before. And then, I agree. That's a great one.
I agree. I agree. That had me hurting so badly.
And that's kind of the destruction, the earthquake kind of, world.
Disaster movie spoof.
Disaster movie spoof. Yeah.
It was the perfect time for that spoof.
It's like, it was like what, all those scary movie, that whole franchise owes its success to Airplane.
Because there were a whole series of those airplane films, Airport 75,
They turned into comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a very good answer. And now I know you're human. Not just like a CAPTCHA that I have to figure out.
Okay.
Now I feel I know you.
Well, you're talking about comedies, good comedies in the past 10 years. I would say the best comedies for me, the ones that I remember laughing out loud the hardest till the point where I'm crying, are all genre related. And I think they're all superhero related. I would say all the Deadpool movies, all the James Gunn stuff, all the Deadpool movies, Peacemaker. Peacemaker, that show, when it's the end of a season, I feel like, joy has stopped for a while.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
I mean, they just
so good.
So good.
He's got a formula, and I can see it, but I still love it every time.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that guy? Like, I mean, not that I'm not to throw any shade on him, but I mean, like, I just from other things he was in, I never realized he had those comedy chops.
John Cena, absolutely.
Yeah, and to be able to also then do the drama and have that be
right,
believable. But I could tell James hates it.
No, not at all. I am.
Oh my God.
I'm really fascinated by where the superhero genre has gone. I mean, you mentioned Deadpool, Wolverine, and and all the James Gunn stuff. I mean, it's gotten, and certainly the boys. These have gotten so referential to what's happening in culture and modern. Like Deadpool, Wolverine. So many in jokes about what happened to Fox, what's happening with Disney.
The MCU.
The MCU, and Gunn is doing the same thing. He's not insulting the audience. Certainly, the boys. It's all full of that. It's a social satire more than anything else, and a political one.
Right.
You almost can't put that genie back in the bottle now.
Well, anytime a huge genre is so popular, you ultimately will get those kind of parodies. Look at the early 80s when you had, I think within a year, you had all those slasher film parodies. You had Student Bodies, Saturday the 14th, Pandemonium with Tom Smothers. And those are much more broad and wacky, but still they were all an answer to the glut of slasher films at the time. Of course, you're going to start seeing parodies,
And now
also,
Scream.
Horror movie fans see horror movies.
Right.
I think they're less, I don't want to say less discerning, because that sounds, something-ist. But I do think horror fans are much more open-minded. Just like, has it got horror? I'm in. I'm there.
Well, except when it comes to one of my favorite horror comedies, which is Jason X.
Oh, yes.
Haven't seen it.
Jason in Space. That was where they were like, oh, it's gone too far. But it's meant to be a comedy. And I think it's like Starship Troopers, where they got mad because it was a comedy and they wanted a horror movie. But I would say the horror is done very well too. But David Cronenberg has a cameo. Come on. I mean,
it's the 10th Friday the 13th film, right? So by that time,
fun.
Exactly.
I do find David Cronenberg films funnier than I think I'm supposed to.
Continue, please.
Yeah.
I like his son's work a lot, Infinity Pool and stuff like that. But I just, am I wrong that David Cronenberg?
I find some humor in there. Well, I know what you're talking about.
Could you be more specific?
No,
what film? It's like, hey, that film,
Yeah.
When I see The Brood and I see a bunch of little blonde troglodytes beating up people, that makes me a little happy.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're not
That's one that
laughing.
takes
You're not
itself.
slapping your knee, going.
it's smile humor. It's a laughter from the inside.
Right.
I turn to the person next to me and go, But as we were talking about Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein, and we were talking about how they went through this whole cycle of doing these legit, serious horror movies, and then they finally did Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein. I think that's sort of where the superhero thing is now. Although I would say that in some of those like Avengers movies and Guardians of the Galaxy, there's humor in there. But I mean, I've mentioned this before, but I think Guardians of the Galaxy especially did a thing where it opened the floodgates to a lot of really shitty humor in the rest of those MCU films. Yes,
what do you
absolutely.
Well, the Taika Waititi stuff.
Taika Waititi and
there was some funny stuff in that.
They went too far. They went too far.
No.
Yeah.
I'm saying I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
But I'm saying what followed after that.
Like the Thor,
Exactly.
Oh, the Thor,
Thor: Love and Thunder. Right.
Yeah. Which is about one of the worst movies I've ever seen. That's one that if James and I were walking out of that, it would be a race to see who left the theater first.
Yeah.
See, James, wouldn't you want to just sit in the theater and just say to yourself, as a filmmaker, I'm sure I can learn something from this film, even though
No.
Really?
No. I'd go sit out in the food court and people watch because it's more fulfilling and entertaining.
Oh, God.
You know, the last movie that I can remember walking out of, and I think this question came up in another episode. I couldn't think of it, but now I remember it was Free Enterprise. Speaking of sci-fi comedies.
Oh, wait a minute. That's a funny film, man.
I was with Dana Gould and Rob Cohen and Ken Daly.
Yeah.
The gang was all there. Yeah. You know, we're all ready to love this.
Yeah.
And we go in, and it's just bad and worse and worse. And finally, we all looked at each other and went, can anyone else take one more second of this?
Wow.
And everyone agreed, let's go. So we go out of the theater, and now we're right in the lobby in front of the door of the theater, and we're talking about the film. And I swear to God, within 2 minutes after we left, a flood of people came out after us.
You gave them permission.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
And in fairness, because I don't want listeners to think, they're gonna shit all over Free Enterprise. Some people here enjoyed it. I had a really good time with it. I laughed. The audience I was with, they laughed. We all seemed to enjoy it. And look, there are these characters in there who were saying dialogue from other science fiction films. And I did the exact same thing. Matt, I did that when I worked at the special effects studio. We all did stay on target. I mean, we all did that. And here these characters were doing the exact same thing.
But done in a phony way, in an unrealistic, terrible way. And then it ends with a Shatner rap.
Well,
come on.
Well, here's the thing.
How do you know how it ends, Matt? You walked out.
That's right.
I read the book. I had read the book several times before I saw the film.
Look.
And I like those guys, actually. I like Rob Burnett and
Mark Altman.
Mark Altman. I have a lot of respect for those guys. I used to read Sci-Fi Universe magazine. But yeah, those guys, I mean, I respect a lot of their sci-fi horror knowledge.
Okay,
and
maybe
they contribute to documentaries. All that stuff's great. But that film? Ugh.
Well, okay, look, in defense, maybe one of the reasons why I enjoyed it so much is my film at AFI got accepted to this film festival in Tahoe. And they were going to screen it there along with some other films. And this was one of them. They were showing Free Enterprise. And one of the main guys was there, and he talked to the audience about how they came about to make the film. So as a filmmaker, as a young filmmaker, listening to his story, how he wanted to get William Shatner into a film, and he got to meet Shatner, and Shatner said, guys, you wrote the script like I'm a god or something, and I'm not like that. I'm a messed up guy. So they went back and retooled it, reworked it to make it like how it was, and Shatner loved it. Shatner's whole thing of the rap stuff, that was to capitalize on he was doing those commercials, those funky commercials, You know,
Priceline?
Yeah. And it was around that time. And so it all kind of worked for me. I didn't take that seriously, Matt. I just thought that was a ridiculous thing
that's what's funny to me is that you will be so pointed when it comes to comedy in a horror film or feeling that something's being made fun of. And that movie, I feel, is worse because in stand-up, Tammy, come on. If someone ends their act with a rap song, what does that tell you?
Or
now,
prop.
Or a prop. And so I just want to say, Larry, that between...
You mean you're Matt Weinhold and you're here to say?
I'm Matt Weinhold. I'm here to say. But I would rather listen to Larry rap. See, Larry's raps are funny.
Okay.
Larry, is it possible you were just in a really good mood because your film had been accepted?
Sure. You know, Tammy, it was a packed theater. No one got up and left. And look, Tammy, look,
they couldn't.
I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid, Tammy. Sure, is it possible that all these other people that were there were other filmmakers and everyone thought it was polite to say? I laughed. I remember
they all hated it. You know, the other filmmakers. Jesus.
I guess. You know, I know what it takes.
It's okay to have a guilty pleasure. There's
absolutely, yes.
And look, I don't claim to be a professional comedian like, you know, Matt Weinhold and Tammy Golden, you know, we're doing their professional jokes and stuff like that.
You're professional joke people.
Tammy, I'll see you at the Hellfire Club where we get together and talk about our jokes.
It's like we all have those films that sometimes it may be considered stupid or silly or whatever, but there's something that
you're right.
Latches on.
If it works for you, it works.
Hey, you know, I'll admit I like Jekyll and Hyde together again. I mean, kill me. You know, I like Mark Langfield turning into a pimp when he takes a potion. I do love Mark
Langfield.
So yeah, there you go.
On anybody, pick on Sean for liking that film. Because I remember.
I think it's a better movie. I think it's a better film.
What? Have you ever seen that movie, Larry?
Yes.
It's hilarious. It's ridiculous and over the top and hilarious.
I've never seen it.
It's better than Free Enterprise. It's more believable.
No, it's god awful.
If you're in the right mood, you know.
If you're like at Sean's place, hey, let's smoke some reefer and
take some reefer. That may be
Mary Jane.
You're the guy who would be the really bad narc at the high school. Anybody want to take some reefer?
Hello, fellow kids.
Oh my God!
Wow. Well, now I want to see that movie again. It's been a long time.
I think the last time I saw it was in the movie theaters. Oh my gosh, that was so long ago. Didn't that kill his career though, Sean? Didn't
Mark Langfield? I don't know.
It didn't. I don't know. Help it, but
yeah. Hey, there's a lot of interesting people in that. Tim Thomerson is in that. Cassandra Peterson is in it. It's interesting. Yeah. Watch it on a double bill with Zapped. And then you're
Zapped. Wow.
or what about Ice Pirates?
Yeah, that's on my list. I enjoy that movie. Ice Pirates. I liked it. Ice Pirates and Galaxina is a good combination. Actually,
they have some charm to it.
Yeah, they're of course they know they're idiotic. I mean, if a movie knows it's just wants to entertain.
They're not taking themselves that seriously.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Dark Star.
I literally was about to say Dark Star.
Here you go.
But when you saw it, Matt, did you really take it like, oh, these guys aren't taking it seriously? I thought they were taking it seriously.
Dark Star, they're taking it seriously, but it's a different kind of film. Again, it's more satirical. It's a smaller film, and
it's still creepy.
And it's quirky and. Yeah. And like all the stuff with the alien, I think is great.
Oh, I don't mind that. I didn't mind the baseball alien. That's okay.
Dan O'Bannon is hilarious in that movie.
Yeah, he is.
And by the way, where's the action figure of that alien?
Thank you.
I think you can make one.
Yeah, we need to
make one.
Yeah. You make one.
And for listeners, if you're not familiar with Dark Star, it's very unique because it's a low budget.
Yeah, college film.
Carpenter.
Well, yeah, I think he got it expanded into a feature. Yeah,
and the effects, it's very simple. And but they create this mood and this tension, and at least what I recall, it was just really well done for what they had.
I think so.
It really was. Yeah. Hugely well done.
Yeah.
And just no Dark Star, no alien. You know, it's
yeah.
And I guess the concept is this team is out on the spaceship. They're supposed to destroy like bad planets or planets that are
unstable.
Unstable. That's it. And so if you imagine you're on a spaceship with these giant bombs that could blow up an entire,
which are sentient, by the way,
which are intelligent.
It's not just you just drop it. No, these are thinking bombs, and just when they have discussions back and forth with them, and it's
trying to convince the bomb not to blow up the ship.
That's a great sequence.
It's a great sequence. And so that's another thing that I like about it is it's the satirical elements of, you know, having a jab at 2001 Space Odyssey and Dr. Strangelove. There's a lot of Kubrick stuff in there.
Sure.
And it's fun. And I kind of miss the special effects that someone would learn how to do in Cinemagic Magazine.
Yeah, that DIY element.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah,
I agree. Yes, it's really fun.
I've only seen it on a small screen, and recently I thought it was very effective. And it creeps me out, you know, while at the same time, it's like, okay, very funny, very well acted, but tense as hell, man.
Yeah, claustrophobic.
Very.
And you know, Matt, you brought up Dr. Strangelove, and I think we should talk about that because I remember the first time I saw it, I understand. I mean, when you watch it, it's like the ridiculousness of the situation, you know, it's like, oh my God, really, people, really? And that's like the comedy, you know, the comical stuff. As when I first saw it, I didn't find it funny. It was scary.
It was scary to you,
You know what I mean? It wasn't until later on.
Even Sterling Hayden and his precious fluids and...
Well, but to me, he's an adult. He's an adult with power. He's an adult that is
well, right. You know, he shouldn't have this power.
I mean, have you ever, when you were younger, was there ever that uncle or something that was like a little loony and he would say some things to you and you go,
he's in jail now.
Well, I'm just, you know, and that's kind of what he reminded me of just an adult who's in a position of power. And
but the wordplay
sense.
The wordplay between Sterling Hayden and Sellers is just so funny. It's just,
right.
Then when Peter Sellers is playing the president and he's talking to the Russian premier, and he's on the line. He's going, Dimitri, turn the music down. Turn the music down, Dimitri. Makes me laugh to this day.
It's
God,
really
I love
good.
that film. And James. Pass, right? Okay.
James, not a Kubrick fan. I feel like his style is too controlled for me to laugh with. I don't know. I appreciate it. I think it's clever as hell. I get it. I can't laugh at it for some reason.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
I mean, I agree that Kubrick probably overall is not known for his comedy, you know, in most cases. But that
one is funny though.
Yeah, I agree.
He has elements of it and everything, but it's very dry. It's
very dry. Yes,
he takes
very
that
dry and
approach.
very unnerving.
Yeah, and there's funny stuff in Clockwork Orange. As Larry and I remember, the whole spaghetti thing is funny in its own weird way.
Right.
I mean, even
Try the wine.
Lolita is
the wine.
You find that funny?
I do.
You're so messed up, man. You are. I swear to God, you're like. I did love that.
I wasn't sitting there laughing through Singing in the Rain. Come on, let's don't paint me. Don't paint me like that.
That is a horrifying sequence.
It is, but it cuts the tension. It does.
It cuts the tension. I love Singing in the Rain. He's bastardizing that song. He is like this lovely film.
That's the whole point, Larry.
I know, but it's disturbing.
See, that's how
that's the whole point, Larry.
I'm disturbing. I'm disturbed when I watch Singing in the Rain. I watch that and I'm like, oh my God, why are they singing all the time?
It's a beautiful film. It's a lovely film.
It's raining. Really, go inside.
Not really in this genre, but So Matt brought up, okay, hey, Kubrick, Clockwork Orange, it's funny, haha. But
well, I mean,
yeah, it's a laugh.
To bring back Dr. Strangelove, it's just like that. That's right. These are adults who have this immense power, but shouldn't. And it felt more satirical then. But yeah, Strangelove was like, it hurts a little to watch Dr. Strangelove now.
What about something like Don't Look Up, which goes into science fiction?
I did not see that.
Oh, you haven't, Sean?
Didn't quite work for me.
No.
Really?
No.
James, help me out here.
Yeah, no, I saw it was during COVID, right? I saw it and I don't remember much about it. Isn't it Meryl Streep in it?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Great cast.
Did not care for it.
Real, I loved it.
I thought it was pretentious bullshit.
Pretentious? It was great.
It's like hammering me on the head with this concept. It's like, okay, I get it.
What is it? So what is a meteor's coming and everybody's...
Imagine that these scientists discover that a meteor is coming to destroy Earth, okay? But we have some time. We have time. We can figure out certain solutions as to how to take care of it. And there's this process of having to go to the government and explain what's happening. And the government may be involved with other things. And when they finally come to the realization, oh, okay, maybe we should do something. And then someone else comes in and goes, well, what if we did this instead? How it would benefit us. And they're getting away from the main purpose, which
dealing
is
with the problem.
Yeah.
So is it trying to be satirical and kind of like...
It's definitely trying to be satirical.
It's about the climate.
Sean, I think you should check it out. It's a really great cast.
It's a 10-minute sketch at best.
No, it's not a 10-minute. No, that's not true. I got a lot out of it. And I think, and maybe James doesn't like Jennifer Lawrence, right? Do you not like Jennifer Lawrence?
Not a huge fan.
I like her, but
I love her, and I thought she was
for
great.
all the wrong reasons.
Leonardo DiCaprio was great. I thought it was a terrific film, so I would recommend that because it's along those same.
Do not. Sorry,
I did find it a little on the nose, but there was some great.
But you see, Tammy, you and Matt, you guys are sophisticated.
We're so
smart.
We are
so sophisticated.
We are. Yes,
I'm like a regular Joe. I'm like, hey, the regular folks.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ, Larry! Larry, we've won.
It's written on your wall.
Yeah, Larry, we've won a rondo. It's time to come up with some new fucking shtick, please.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Come on, dude.
I've been
Larry,
the regular Joe thing still?
You've been rondoed.
You have. Come on. Get creative.
Oh God, his head is getting as big as Rondo.
Sean, haven't you figured it out now? I'm just not creative. I'm not like you guys. Hey, let me write something.
You are
quickly.
But see, you don't even believe that, Larry. This is bullshit. You don't even believe that. You're the guy who made an entire fucking epic fantasy, which that's a kind of a comedy fantasy. What you did, the stop motion film that you did, right? Wouldn't you consider
if you're
that?
Joining us now, our topic is what's so funny about horror and sci-fi fantasy.
And you don't consider your film comedy fantasy, the stop motion film that you made.
James,
you mean that one that's
on?
I loved it.
What?
Brilliant.
Must be good.
Okay.
You don't want to promote your own film.
You mean that film that you can see on Patreon?
There you go. There he is.
See, there
he is.
Patreon you can promote.
Yeah, that's attaboy.
So for listeners, if you've been living under a rock, this is my thesis film I made to get my bachelor's degree at San Francisco State. It took 2 years to do, and I did everything by myself. And it was these little clay alligators in like medieval garb having a duel. It was kind of an homage to. It was supposed to be an homage to a lot of things like swashbuckler films, Sinbad and the skeleton kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's not as dynamic or as exciting, but still, one frame at a time. It was
not creative at all.
No, they
can't wait to see it.
No, I don't want to blow it out of the water here, but
no. I legit, I love stuff like that, and I love.
It's great. Hey, Tammy, it's great.
It was nicknamed the Epic because everyone was doing like stuff that of their films were 30 seconds, and mine was 7 minutes long, which is ridiculous.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
But I love doing stop motion animation. And
we all did that. We all growing up, Super 8 film, making,
I had very little patience for it. I had a scene in a film that I made. It's called Flash Corrigan Space Explorer. You can find it on YouTube. And I've got like this it's a model kit of one of those Shogun Warrior robots. And I had him raise his arms, and I had like his little buzzsaw turn. And the shot's out of focus. And that's all I had patience for. Let's just get his arms up, and then let's wrap it up. Let's go. Hey.
And then you decide, well, I'll just light myself on fire.
You know what? Fuck it. I know what the people want.
But getting back to what's funny about horror and sci-fi and fantasy.
All right, Larry.
Would you say is there a fantasy film that you guys could say, oh, that's a comedy, that's a funny thing?
Dungeons and Dragons, the recent one.
The movie?
There you go.
I actually enjoyed that.
It was called, what's it called? The Honor Among Thieves.
I enjoyed that.
That was legit.
Was that Chris Pine?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a masterpiece, but I thought it was fun.
It was really fun. It was a really just...
It was not insulting. How about that?
Yeah.
No, and that could have gone so wrong, but...
I mean, I don't think it did well, but I think it...
Could have been so much worse.
Yeah. Well,
I liked it. I legitimately liked it.
I would say, and this is a movie I know we've talked about many times, but I think in the same way that I thought Ghostbusters melded big budget effects and horror with big stars, I thought Galaxy Quest is a perfect big budget, star-filled, effects-filled movie that is a great satire parody.
Yeah.
And another movie that's pretty much pitch perfect.
That's perfect.
I totally agree, Sean. Totally agree.
Yeah, we all agree, James.
Oh my God!
Sean. From the very beginning, all the way to where it goes, it's so pleasant, so fun.
Heartfelt, and genuinely laugh out loud, funny.
I would argue, Sean, that even people that we might know who don't know what Star Trek is about.
Right. Oh, you're right.
But they're aware of who a Captain Kirk are.
Sure.
Or Mr. Spock.
Right.
You can see the parallels.
It's also
have seen the movies.
Yeah. Right. It's also a love letter to sci-fi fandom too. So it's not just it's not too inside baseball. The characters are well drawn, and it's just and also that movie went through a lot of editing and figuring out at the time because it was going to be a little more. I think it was going to be R-rated originally, and they
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think, but they, I don't think they knew what they had really. But
there's a shot where Sigourney Weaver clearly says "fuck that," and they dub it with "the hell with that" or something like that.
But they did it right because that's
Justin Long.
Yes.
As the nerd, that's one of the best portrayals of a nerd in a movie. Like that's the way it should be portrayed in The Big Bang Theory instead of these idiots.
Right.
Well, that was a popular show.
Yeah, well, not around here, not around these parts.
I would say that Galaxy Quest, you watch that with Sleeper, because Sleeper is another great.
I do love Sleeper. Well, this is where James and I come together.
James?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Sleeper. One of the great things about it is it's so cynical about how, like, what the future would be.
He's
like, oh, you smoke cigarettes. It's the healthiest thing for you. It's like,
whatever
you're learning now is going to be wrong in 500 years, right?
Right.
That's great.
Yeah, no, it's classic. Yeah.
Okay, you guys were talking about fantasy just a second ago.
Yeah.
I think maybe my favorite fantasy comedy of all time is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I don't know how anyone could surpass that. I mean, it's hilarious. The special effects are great.
Yeah.
There's a killer rabbit, so I'm in.
Right. Yeah, all the Python films, actually. Even I would say Time Bandits is a great fantasy comedy.
Yes, yeah.
That's
funny, but...
I preferred Time Bandits to even Holy Grail, because I was at the age where Time Bandits just hit me at the age.
Sure, perfect. Yeah, sweet spot.
It just hit me. And
cool.
Grail, later on...
Tammy, can I ask you a question? I love Time Bandits.
Yeah.
And Time Bandits has a solid ending. The thing about the Holy Grail, as much as I love it, there's this buildup. And then you get to this end, and the end is rather abrupt. And I always felt.
Do you remember the end of Time Bandits?
Yeah, no.
The very end?
No. I'm comparing the two films. That Time Bandits has an ending, and however you see where it goes and stuff, but it had an ending.
It disturbed me.
Oh, did it? Well, it just
End of Time Bandits.
I would say Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That ending disturbed me because I felt like it was incomplete. I thought there was going to be like a part 2.
No, it ends like a Python sketch.
But it ends like everything they've ever done.
Yes.
But if you were not familiar,
have an ending.
If you were not familiar with Python and just seeing it because you liked, comedy and liked Arthurian stuff, that would have been a real mindfuck. If you
It was no.
Can I swear on this?
Tammy, there weren't even credits.
Yes.
It just ended. And
those credits were in the beginning.
Gorgeous. Love it.
I'm just saying, I love watching it, and I'll watch it all the way to the end. I just wish the ending had more of a ending, where Arthur.
I hear you.
Did anybody see the streaming series, the Taika Waititi Time Bandits?
Yes.
No, was that good?
Was it good?
I saw.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I have inside baseball on that, so I can't say anything.
Oh,
okay.
Oh.
But no, it lacked something. It wasn't bad, but it was super high budget. They had some good actors. It felt Gilliam-esque, if you know what I mean.
Right.
It's like we'll worry about things later. It's like, no, you should worry about them now.
Yeah.
Right.
As a filmmaker, it was all right. It in its own right wasn't the worst.
Okay.
Anyone else see it?
No. I was curious about it, but no.
Speaking of Taika Waititi, were you a fan of What We Do in the Shadows, the film, the series?
On my list.
Yeah.
One of my favorite films of all time. Perfect on.
I love it.
I
love the film. I love
series.
The
is great.
It's great of the TV show. It's like, oh, why are they doing? Oh, this is good. And
yeah.
I felt like it took a couple episodes to get its speed.
Yeah, and it probably lasted, maybe
the middle,
little too long.
Towards the second to last season, I think, with the nightclub stuff, that was too much. They wasted what's his name, Robertson guy, when he's a little kid. Like there should have been one episode, not the whole season. Like,
right? Yeah.
Although that is the ultimate
I did like it,
vampire. That is the ultimate energy vampire. Is a kid.
Yeah, no, but I still liked it. It was great.
I don't remember. Just like, what? No, that was amazing. Those guys are that New Zealand faction is amazing. Who knew?
Who knew?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And what is it? Kristen Schaal?
Yeah,
the funniest I've ever seen her.
Yeah, she's great. She's fearless and just a lot of fun. And it was a great cast of people that I hadn't really known before, and so it was a really big swing.
Right.
We were talking about Dark Star before, and going back to John Carpenter, he's no stranger to comedies. It's like later in his career, Big Trouble in Little China, and when I walked into They Live, I didn't really realize that it was going to be a satire.
Right.
And I was so much more entertained when I realized. And I think it was the turning point, and it was the fight scene.
The fight
went on for like 20 minutes. Like, wait a minute, this is all a goof. And then I could just sit back and enjoy it in a whole different way.
Yeah, and you're right.
Buckaroo Banzai is another one in that vein where I walked in as a kid not knowing what I was seeing and left not knowing what I'd seen.
Yeah.
So many people love that.
That's right. It's like, a lot of people really, like that film.
I didn't get
it's like
it.
a cult classic.
Yeah.
But some people like Matt they don't get it.
Like Buckaroo Banzai?
Nah.
When it came out?
I felt like it was one of those movies where I felt like it was trying to be a cult film. It was trying too hard.
Like Repo Man?
Now, Repo Man is a great fucking movie. That's one of my favorite films.
But they're so
it's a different vibe. Repo Man exudes cool. It's just so cool. The music, the pace of the film.
It's kind of punk. It's kind of punkish.
It's punk. I love
and
punk.
Then it's very cynical, whereas
it's cynical.
Buckaroo Banzai is more like pop, synth pop. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
You've got Harry Dean Stanton in this film, who every line of his is it's funny, where he's just like, he keeps saying like, yeah, we got to get out of this bad neighborhood. And each one of those characters, it's like a little one-act play with Emilio Estevez and one of these repo guys. And that's another one where by the end it was like, sure, whatever. There's no way you can satisfyingly reveal what's in the trunk of the car and have it work for everybody. So just make it
Pulp
this
Fiction.
Well, right. Yeah. And Kiss Me Deadly.
Mhm.
Another great sci-fi comedy. I'm teasing, of course. But I'm glad you brought up Repo Man. I love that movie.
Yeah, I gotta watch that again.
I didn't like Repo Man as much because I felt it was there was no one to like. And I guess at that point I felt like I should like somebody.
Yeah, I can see that.
Even a hero. I'm okay with an anti-hero, but when they're all the anti-hero,
I can see that.
I think it was, I usually like the guy things culturally, but that one, I don't know why. It just didn't hit me quite right.
Oh, okay.
As much as I liked it, but it didn't have that kind of cult feel for me as a lot of other sorry guys.
No,
We've all said disappointing things during this podcast.
Guilty as charged. Well, but so many people like that movie, Buckaroo Banzai. I mean, it's got a huge cult following, and so that's one of those things where I go, maybe it's not for me. It just doesn't, because comedy is subjective sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm still waiting for the sequel, Buckaroo Banzai versus the World Crime League. Where is that? Come on.
Was it one of those many movies that ended in a question mark? Or
yeah.
I can't remember.
Sean,
did it declare we will be back, or did it like to be continued? It was.
Sean's going to come out at the same time with the next Eternals film.
Right, can't wait for that one.
That was hilarious.
Okay, Matt, this is one I know that you like. You know how like you have these genres and these subgenres, and you start seeing parodies of a certain genre that gets oversaturated. All the found footage films. A great film, I think, Matt, you turned my wife and I onto this, and that was the film Creep.
Yes,
with Mark Duplass.
Duplass,
who is fantastic. And this is basically he's a serial killer, and he's filming himself killing all his victims. And it's scary and disturbing and uncomfortable and weird, but also really funny. He's so good.
Yes. Yeah.
Man Bites Dog. Is it like Man Bites Dog, that French film?
Sort of, but this is a little more of it's a different vibe. You know, Man Bites Dog is actually really scary.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It was the most brutal film.
But this is
that I've ever
this
seen.
is more of like the majority of the film is more like a cat playing with a mouse.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like Battle of Wits, where he brings this guy to kind of chronicle his life, and he tells him that he's dying of cancer, but it's all a ruse to get him in there and fuck with him. And it's really funny, but he's so good. And they made a sequel, and they made a TV series out of it too.
TV series is a little too much.
I thought the first season is the best, but he has videotapes that he keeps of each victim, so each episode is like one of his victims. But I just think
first
it's interesting.
One's great though. Yeah, I mean the first one you can't get near.
As a parody of found footage films, I think it's really good. Yeah,
I have that on my watch list. I haven't seen any of the Creep TV or movie series yet.
Check out the movies for sure.
I will. I do like Mark Duplass.
Yeah.
Well, along those lines, American Psycho.
Yeah.
Which, as a book, Man Bites Dog is closer to the tone of the novel American Psycho than the movie. Because if you read Bret Easton Ellis's novel, it's like, how can this ever be filmed? And if it were to be filmed, the tone would be a lot more similar to Man Bites Dog, which is also a satire. And maybe the novel's a satire, but when I was reading it, I just thought this is some really disturbing shit. And the movie... I really
got through the novel. The movie was brilliant.
It was.
Still is. Yeah. Still is. Completely holds up.
American Psycho?
Yesterday. Yeah.
Did you guys know it was going to be a comedy?
I didn't know how they were going to treat it, honestly. You know, when I walked out, I was a little disappointed at the time because it wasn't what I was expecting. But now my respect has grown for it.
I love Christian Bale in pretty much everything. Even in movies that I don't like, I think he's usually good.
Right.
I didn't think of it as a comedy. I know that people go,
Satirical.
it's
Satirical.
Okay, satirical.
I do think of it as a comedy. I do.
Well,
Yeah. It's no Buckaroo Banzai, but
Come on, John Big Booty.
Big booty.
I loved all the John things. I'm sorry. That made me laugh. The list of Johns made me laugh.
how about some bad movies? Some bad comedies? Like the 2004 Stepford Wives.
Oh.
I never even saw it. I never even bothered.
Oh, I saw it out of
is it done as a
curiosity.
comedy?
Why
Is it done as
even-
a comedy?
Why even
Yes, it is.
bother?
It was.
The original is so good.
Yeah.
And dark. And I guess is it 70s? Is it 78 or
It was 70s, yeah. The
yeah,
original, yeah.
Valley of the Dolls era.
and then with Matthew Broderick in the newer version, there's this thing where it seems like everything is a joke. Look, Matthew Broderick is a very talented actor, but it's kind of like when he was in Godzilla in 1998, where every line, it seemed like there was a punchline coming or something like that. He has that power in him, when it just seems like a line that he's delivering, there's going to be something more about it. But even the ending of that film is completely different from the original.
Yeah.
And I can say, it's like, hey, let's shake this up a little bit. Let's make this a little bit funnier.
Put a feminist spin on it. Like, no.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think because you take
Let's
all the
empower
power,
women,
you take all the power out of it. You take the gas out. It's like, why? Why are you doing it?
And isn't that strange? I know it's been done a few times before too, where it's like we're going to take this thing that is a very hard hitting, like the original story for the time, I think is pretty hard hitting, and the film I think is wonderful and genuinely creepy, and then you make a comedy out of it. I don't understand.
I'd say the original even had its subtle satirical moments because it was making, it was, skewering the whole idea of the perfect suburbia neighborhood and the perfect wife and the
subtle. Is what we're talking about. Yeah.
But it's almost like Sean. It's like, hey, let's take Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Let's make that into a comedy too.
Right.
It'd be funny, like people in pods and come. It's like, hey, what other thing that was serious? Let's make it into a comedy. Hey, Zardoz, let's make that into a comedy.
But imagine if The Exorcist comes out, and then we're remaking The Exorcist. We're calling it The Exorcist, and it's a broad comedy with Matthew Broderick.
Well,
can you imagine?
We already have Repossessed with Linda Blair, which is a wacky airplane style parody of The Exorcist.
Good point. And she's just right in it. That's a very good point.
Sure.
That was great.
Ladies got to work. Ladies got to work. So she's a lovely person, and
she is.
You know what? You can't always choose. It's hard to choose scripts. I know, as a very successful actress myself. So, I mean, it's got to be really hard to really know if the written word is gonna jump. Some people always make good choices.
Yeah, how it's gonna turn out.
And and there's so many elements. But I'm sure Linda Blair wanted a vacation home,
Exactly.
I get it.
Now that I think about it, though, there are some films where they started off pretty serious, and then with the sequels, they gradually got. I know I mentioned Jason X, but that's like such a departure from that's such an obvious satire. But it seemed like with the Chucky films, everything gradually got a little wackier until by the end, he's got a wife and a kid and all this.
The Chucky family.
Or the Chucky. Welcome to the Chuckies.
I've never seen those films. I've never seen any of the Saw series because life is cruel and bleak enough.
Those are hilarious.
Those are hilarious.
Those are knee slappers.
Sure they are. But when I have a choice of things to watch, like, do I really want to see somebody's head cut off with a chainsaw today? Or
sometimes I do.
Yeah, me too, Sean. You know what I like in those movies? I like all the torture gadgets and
you
that
like
part of it.
Goldberg-esque.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. That's a perfect way to put it. A Rube Goldberg-esque torture machine. That is cool. I could do without the little puppet on the tricycle. Good night.
Right. Right. Okay, I don't know, Tammy, I don't know if you're familiar with this show, but this was right after the success of the first Star Wars film. This is a show created by Buck Henry called Quark.
Yes.
Now, Quark is, talk about some lowbrow humor, yes. But you know what?
Richard Benjamin, am I right?
Yes, I have such an affection for the show, though, because everybody's just having a good time. Yes, it's silly, it's sometimes ridiculous, but you get Richard Benjamin, Conrad Janis, Tim Thomerson. It's
Richard Benjamin is today's the guy from Severance, Adam Scott. There's just like
that's good.
You kind of it's a good analogy.
You can't dislike him. He was like Ned Beatty was in everything in the 70s. Yeah, Richard Benjamin was in anything in the late 70s. Yeah, I like him. And Buck Henry didn't always do brilliant things either, but
yeah, but that's a fun show.
And Sean, for listeners who aren't familiar with Quark, can you just describe what the actual...
Well, it was like a little half-hour show, and Richard Benjamin, he piloted a spaceship, which was like a garbage truck, spaceship,
in space,
and he had this quirky set of characters in the ship. You had Tim Thomerson, who was named Gene because he was half man, half woman, so he vacillated between being really macho and being really effeminate. And you had Ficus, who was like a Mr. Spock, but he was like a plant. Yes, who had no emotions. And you had the insanely hot blonde twins. Each twin claimed that she was the original of the other. Yeah. And it was just silly.
They're not twins. One's a clone? Maybe?
Clone. Or, no, I mean, the actresses were twins, but yes, they were clones.
Okay. Wait a minute. The actresses weren't clones.
No, the actresses actually weren't
I think you're wrong there. I think you're wrong there, Sean.
It was a different time.
Yes.
Clones were fine. It was
no variety shows and... ladies in sexy outfits.
Yes, because you don't have that anymore. Yeah.
Quark was before, not Battlestar Galactica, Buck Rogers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just before a couple years, but Quark was 1977. Yeah.
And Buck Rogers is basically a sci-fi comedy.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It is. I didn't see it that way.
Kind of turned
because I didn't. No, I just like
a bad one.
Yeah, just spandex was neat at that age.
Exactly. Yes.
Not to pick on Tweaky, but
I don't want to pick on Tweaky, but he brought it on himself. If we're going to talk about any kind of horror comedy, I think one of the reigning champs is Return of the Living Dead.
On my list for sure.
And Dan O'Bannon once again. And I remember seeing that in the theater, and that was one of those ones where I didn't know what I was in for. I thought this was just another zombie movie.
Right.
And the minute you get the half dog and all the banter in the beginning between Freddie and Frank at UNITA Medical Supplies, all of that is so funny. And that's just a little teaser, a taste of what's to come.
Yeah.
By the time we get to Send More Cops... Folks, if you haven't seen the film, I don't want to ruin anything, but you have to see it. And you got punk rock. You got a great soundtrack. 45 Grave, The Cramps. Come on, what's not to like?
And great zombies and also a great EC Comics feel to it.
Yes, yeah.
It very much was that kind of colorful, gory and over the top, but great effects too. And,
you got Jules Shepard in there.
Yeah.
Jules Shepard, friend of the show.
Friend.
Well,
I don't know if I'd say friend of the show.
Oh, she's a friend of the show. She loves us. She loves us.
I think she was a guest on the show.
Well, that makes her a friend.
And listeners, don't bother checking out that episode. It's, no.
Why would you
Larry,
you say
why would you
something
say
like that?
anybody not to listen to an episode of the show?
Because there are other episodes that I think are...
It doesn't matter.
Everyone. You know what? Let me explain something to you, listeners. The reason why Larry is saying this is Larry didn't get his way on this one. The topic was sex and horror, and because Jewel decided to take some tangents, it upset him. It upset him, but that's the fun of it. Listen to Larry be frustrated and try to get everyone back on track by repeatedly saying, okay, sex and horror.
Make it a drinking game.
Thank you.
Larry, you and I have a lot of differing opinions. Are you going to say that of this show?
Oh no, Tammy, you're lovely. I'm so thrilled to have you on this show. And you're someone, you're someone of quality. You have that background.
not like
you have that comedy background.
You're a quality gal.
I wasn't fishing for compliments. I'm just seeing how this thing works.
No, I've wanted to ask, how do you do that, Tammy? Are you in a room with a bunch of other people and you watch some of these movies are not very great and you have to come up with
some of them
jokes?
are not very great. All of them are very, very not great. Before COVID, we were actually doing it the way that COVID ended up making so many workplaces, which is we had people all over. Some people were in Philly, some were in LA, some were in New York.
Really?
And we had software, so it wasn't so different from what we're doing right now, but we had software that also had the movie. So we kind of had the homework where we probably had, I think at most, not even a 90-minute, maybe a kind of a short movie with lots taken out, but who cares? Continuity was never
doesn't matter. Yeah. And
we would just tackle maybe 8 minutes a night, which the way that some people know every frame of The Godfather, that's how I know every movie I work on.
I imagine that must be the case because you have to get in, look for those little moments,
again. And sometimes, like one season, we had 3 movies about giant lizards, and there are so many, reptile dysfunction. Yeah. Okay,
nice.
90 times. There's only so many, jokes in that genre.
Right.
Sometimes it was absolute torture, and it's. I think I've said this before, but it's like Stockholm syndrome, where sometimes you have friends with the film. You have to make your brain work a slightly different way, to not see it as a punishment, because sometimes it was. Some movies more than others were really punishments. And then we would do that. Then we would meet in like a Zoom room like this, and we would actually read what we had, whose line worked best. Timing is very important. As you know, movies, people are, dialing a phone or walking down a hall.
Right.
How are they going to know how they got in that room if we don't see them walk down the hallway? So there was a lot of dead time, and you could make jokes. Now, we did one movie that was very recent, and there's no time. So there are so many factors about whose joke gets in.
Right.
Might not be the funniest one, but it fits there.
Right.
And greatest job I ever had.
I could imagine. Yeah.
Is there? Well, I wanted to know: is there a film that you had to work on for MST 3000 that you just really enjoyed? Or I know you had to watch these over and over.
Enjoyed?
Yeah.
Enjoyed the process. Avalanche.
Avalanche is that's a hilarious. Really? That's a hilarious MSTK. Yeah, that is a great.
That was one of my favorites to work on. It was just there were so many opportunities.
Yeah, and, it's like Roger Corman. Don't try to make an epic disaster movie. You just it's not going to work. It's hilarious.
It was, and it's like they had all the elements. They had good actors.
Yeah,
they had a budget, and just like they forgot to make it a good film. That was check. What are we missing? Oh yeah, make it a good film. And so that one was fun because they were taking themselves very seriously.
Yeah,
and they failed so epically. And then,
what was one of the most challenging ones?
That would be Carnival Magic.
Oh my God,
Carnival Magic.
Al Adamson.
No.
Oh, it was Matt, you haven't seen it.
I have not.
It is hard to watch. It is very bleak. You will feel nauseous. You won't know why. But it takes place in a carnival, so you're already nauseated. And somebody gets a talking monkey, and it's not cute. It's not cute. It's meant to be cute. It's meant to be. There's bits of it that they're trying to be like that show with the Dukes of Hazzard. I'm sorry, you guys
happens to me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard, some of it, and just it felt like it was a porn waiting to happen that never quite. Like, why is there a dresser in this doctor's office? Why is there? It was so bad.
Matt, imagine this is L. Adamson who made Dracula versus Frankenstein,
right?
Yeah,
trying to make like a kind of like a heartfelt kids movie, but he still has like his wife Regina Carroll in it, and has everybody looks sweaty and sleazy, and it's like it's what is this? It's like but it also involves like scientists trying to kidnap the monkey and dissect it, and it is like it's like a later Al Adamson one, and it's like when he tried to do like a family film. It's like, what the fuck?
Do you know how that guy's life ended?
Oh yes, no, it's insane.
Terrible. It was a whole documentary about it, right?
It's stranger and more insane than his movies. Yeah, he was killed by his construction worker, handyman guy in Palm Desert.
Yeah,
and he buried him. Yeah, it's insane. If anybody's listening to want to hear what happened to director Al Adamson, just look it up. There's a great documentary about him too.
Yeah, and we'll probably do an Al Adamson episode.
We should actually
down the road.
But I mean, that movie depressed me, and then I found out how he died. Like, oh, of course, there's no other way he could have died. It's not making light of it. I'm sure he had a rough life.
Yeah.
There is one thing, and this is going to offend everybody. The one thing I think all MST movies, all of them, rip tracks, all of it, have in common is I believe they were all made by men. I think there is a hubris.
Ooh.
And a lot of these films are older.
Yeah.
Forward to being equal enough where we can make shitty films with aplomb.
well, Tammy, what is so great about MST 3000 though is in a way you give new life to some of these films that no one would ever even think about seeing it. And
Frank found Manos Hands of Fate, and
classic.
Poor guy, but yeah, he unearthed this thing that never would have been seen by anyone ever again.
Right.
It has its own life now, and no, it's some of these things deserve a second look, but most of them really don't.
You're doing God's work, cutting these films down to a reasonable size.
Yeah, but I mean, knowing how hard any film is to make, film.
Right.
Anything.
Your least favorite film, Faces of Death, whatever. Even that took a team.
A lot of people died making that film. Hey!
Lucky, and they were the lucky ones.
No, Tammy, it's so true. It's like, regardless of what project, it takes so much time, energy, and effort for so many people to come together to put something together and to actually have a beginning, a middle, and an end, to actually put it together and have sound and effects or whatever, and actually have other people see it. There's so much that goes into it, and it's not easy.
No, and there is a lot of hubris, but there is, I mean, that's a thing anyway. Like Eric Swalwell level of what could go wrong?
Right.
Everyone needs to see this. It's going to be great. But anyway, I'm sorry about that comment I made about men.
No.
I hate men too.
No, Tammy, it's a really good point, and that's true. That men had made all those films. Those are older films, and mostly men made them. So I get it. So, but you are an absolute treasure, and I think you are fabulous. And
yes, indeed.
And this has been lots of fun, hasn't it?
It has been. I am having a great time.
And Tammy, it's been just such a joy to have you.
He is a delight.
With us. But guys, what do you say? We've thrown out some titles. Give us a title of another science fiction, fantasy, horror film that is funny, that has comedy and satire, and just throw something that we haven't talked about. Let's throw it out there. Anyone, go ahead.
Okay, Matt, this is the movie that you told me that my wife and I would like, and we loved it. That's Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yay!
Freaked by Alex Winter is a great film. Not the greatest movie, but interesting as a satire was The Incredible Shrinking Woman.
Okay.
Kind of a parody of Incredible Shrinking Man. Mm-hmm. A not so successful fantasy genre film would be Howard the Duck.
Oh, really?
Ouch.
You recommend that?
No, did you hear what I just said? I said a not so successful film is Howard the Duck. It's infamous.
Although the comic is great.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think Matt Weinhold is in it. He's in the audience, I think.
I am. Just try to find me.
The Man with Two Brains.
And Malmahay.
Right.
And I'll end it with The Ghost in the Invisible Bikini. 60s beach movie with Boris Karloff and Tommy Kirk and Harvey Lembeck.
I have the half sheet.
Nice. So there you go.
Good podcast in itself.
So those are mine.
Nice. Okay, I got a few. Brazil, Terry Gilliam again.
Great.
Yes.
Love it. Classic.
George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, which
good choice
compared with Night of the Living Dead and Day of the Dead certainly has more humor in it.
Yes.
Correct.
Broad humor. Larry Cohen movies, Cue the Winged Serpent, The Stuff.
Great. Perfect.
A little bit of meta superhero stuff in Birdman with Michael Keaton. It's not necessarily a comedy. It's more kind of a satire drama. But I actually appreciate that movie. And not a good film, but Joe Dante's Explorers, which turns into a satire, but it didn't originally mean to turn into a satire.
For sure.
Okay, well, I want to throw out there from 1998, Biozombie, which is a Hong Kong version of Dawn of the Dead, which is very funny. It includes a scene where zombies are being fed human sushi. You get like a little finger on a piece of rice. Fantastic. And we can't forget one of my favorite horror comedies of all time, The Ghost and Mr. Chicken.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I also want to salute some of the shorts that we grew up with, especially the Star Wars shorts, specifically Hardware Wars. We all love Hardware Wars.
I love it.
Ernie Fossilius, is that how his name was pronounced?
I think so.
Okay, that's close enough.
Yeah.
And if you want something a little more modern, in 1997, there was a short called Troops.
Yes.
Which was which was so good. It was done like it was an episode of Cops, but with stormtroopers. It sort of serves as interstitial scenes in the first Star Wars film on Tatooine. So that one's really great. And this is one that you guys might know. I think most of you would know. There's a film called Troll Hunter, which is a 2002 Norwegian film. It's satirical more than it is a comedy, but there are some great funny scenes, especially involving the fact that trolls really don't like Christians. So check this one out.
That was a found footage one, right?
Yeah, it was found footage and really well done. And does a lot with sort of taking something that is everyday and then seeing it through the lens of trolls exist.
Right.
Very good. And then, you know what? I'm just going to end with something that is a classic. I think we all love it. The Abominable Dr. Phibes.
Yes, those are great films.
Classic Vincent Price and sort of his take on the Phantom of the Opera, but way weirder. And if you've never seen this film, it's wonderful. And then if you like it, go see Dr. Phibes Rises Again. And when I say go see, I mean go somewhere to see it.
Good ones. Good choices.
Those are great, Matt. Those are great. Tammy, anything you want
to? I do. Can I add some TV in there as well?
Of course.
Sure.
The big movie I really am such a huge fan of, and I don't hear anyone talk about, is Big Man Japan. Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That thing has infected my brain. If you haven't seen it, it's not easy to find, but it defies. It's a satire, I think, on sort of the post-World War II feeling in Japan and just the disappointment and the cynicism. But the effects are hilarious and so sad. It's epic. If you can ever see it on a big screen, please do.
Tammy, you just answered the question that you asked me. of when I laughed so hard I cried was the last 5 minutes of that movie in a theater.
Oh my God. I mean, it's so true. I mean, it defies all explanation, but it's genius.
It feels like a David Lynch kaiju movie.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just something. It's unnerving, but it's really. I don't know how they did those effects, but Big Man Japan, Phantom of the Paradise.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Comedy,
a favorite around here.
Oh yeah.
I think everybody knows that one. TV Firefly. I mean, it's sort of that Starship Troopers.
Works
Everybody,
perfectly.
Yeah.
But I don't think they get the satire, and it has such life in it. And there's a British series that didn't get much notice called Hyperdrive, and it's
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost.
Nick Frost, Miranda Hart. It was really Kevin Eldon.
Yeah.
2 seasons of that, and doesn't get enough attention. But
I forgot all about that, and I love the show.
Yeah,
me too.
That was really good. So those are
great choice.
Cool.
Those are my choices.
Nice.
Hey guys, can I just throw in real quick? I like to throw in some films by a former guest of ours on the show because he's made a kind of a career out of satirical films. That would be Larry Blamire. Larry Blamire made The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra, The Trail of the Screaming Forehead, and Dark and Stormy Night, all parodies of alien invasions and old dark house movies. And yeah, they're great.
Nice.
All right.
If we're going to talk about a guest who was on the show, we have to mention Jordan Rubin and Zombievers. Come on.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's on my list. Yeah.
That's right.
You know,
There you go.
we find them and then they become huge.
That's right.
And if you are a listener and haven't checked out that episode, that is a terrific episode because when Jordan did that, that was his first big film, and he tells how he went about making that film, and it's a really great episode. And that was such a successful film. It was huge.
Yeah.
Just with the name alone, Zombievers. I mean,
that was a great episode, but it was no sex and horror.
No, it was not quite like that. I enjoyed the Zombievers episode much.
Well, and along those lines, another friend of the show, Mike Mendez, director of
Mike
Big Ass
Mendez.
Spider.
Yes. Great.
That's right.
Highly recommended.
And Satanic Hispanics.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
I love big bugs and I cannot lie. David Hedison.
There we go. There he is.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. There's my rapping. I'm sorry.
Grandmaster Stroth.
There you go.
Ending on a rap, much like William Shatner.
There you go.
It's come full circle.
Well, Tammy, thanks again for being with us on
My
tonight's
pleasure.
episode. Now, is there anything that you're working on that our listeners could check out?
I don't know when this airs, but right now there is a YouTube show called Hanging with Dr. Z. Talk about
We love Dr. Z.
Comedy and sci-fi, where Dana Gould plays a very Johnny Carson-like, Jack Parr-esque Dr. Zayas. We can't say Zayas because Disney is Zayas, so we call him Dr. Z.
Dr. Z, yes.
We're trying for season 4. There's an Indiegogo up right now.
Oh, nice.
And, the future of that hangs in the balance with you people. So please check it out. And,
It's
hilarious.
It's as funny as it gets.
And you
Really.
have some really big guests on that show.
Oh, yeah.
we do.
I'm surprised.
We just had a live show. We had Will Ferrell, and it's a lot of fun. Dana knows a lot of people.
Yeah.
He does.
Or
That show was so fun. The one with Will Ferrell and Greg Proops and my God.
It was, and there were no cameras
Andy
allowed
Daly.
in the theater, so they'll edit it together. But it's a lot of fun to work on, and here's to a season 4. I am crossing my fingers.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Well, guys, check out Dr. Z. Hanging
Please.
with Dr. Z. Well, what do you say we raise our glasses and give a toast to the amazing Tammy Golden and to what's so funny about horror and sci-fi fantasy? Woo-hoo!
What's so funny about horror, sci-fi, and fantasy? Yeah!
Time for a listener shout out.
Shout out.
Hilarious shout out.
Oh, that's a good one.
What's so
Like a
funny about
Foz.
shout outs?
Very little. Go ahead.
Well, obviously, we want to give a huge shout out to all of our listeners and friends who voted for Monster Party for Best Podcast on the Rondos.
Yeah.
We are no longer the Pat Paulson of the Rondos.
Oh my God. Wow.
Please Google it, kids.
Thanks, Father. Thanks, Father Time.
Hey, even I'm too young for that, right? We're so touched. We're so grateful. You cannot tell you listeners enough how much your support has meant to us, not just now, but over the years, over all this time that we've been doing this. So honestly, we wouldn't be even doing this if we weren't reaching you listeners and hearing back from you listeners and getting feedback from you and support. It means everything. And now it means even more. So we're so grateful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. We literally could not have done it without you. And anyone who listens to our show, man, you are the wind in our sails.
And you know, there are so many great nominees for all kinds of categories.
True. Oh yeah.
And I think this got a record number of votes in general this year too. But also there are like over 20 nominees for the best podcast too. So, you know, it really means a lot to get there. This is, you know, we do this because we love doing this stuff. You know, as we've always say, we would be sitting around arguing and discussing this stuff anyway if we weren't recording it.
This is true.
So,
yes.
You know, so this stuff is it's part of our lifeblood. So to be recognized for this is great.
But I do have to say this to the rest of you, that if you want that statue, you're going to have to pry it from my cold, dead hands.
Right.
And Larry, I think you also have a shout out.
Yes, James, and we'd like to give a shout out to Ronnie Angel, who was a guest on our Slasher Movies episode.
Oh, yeah, Ronnie.
He just got married to Nicole. She's a lovely lady, and I want to congratulate them on getting married. That's fantastic. So kudos to you guys. And we got to have you back. We got to have
Yes,
you back.
we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
So you might say Ronnie has found his final girl.
That's right.
See?
There you go.
God damn, you're good.
And we want to remind our listeners that we will once again have a booth at Monsterpalooza in Pasadena.
Yeah.
May 29th through 31st at the Pasadena Convention Center, booth 403. So we hope that you can make it and find us and stop by because we would love to meet you and maybe chat with you on the show.
And there could be some swag in it for you. Who knows?
Ooh.
And for all our listeners, don't forget, we have a brand new, spanking new, awesome website, the Monster Party website, monsterpartyhq.com. You can find every single one of our episodes with detailed show notes. You can purchase all our Blu-ray commentaries there directly from our site. You can check out our blogs, our film reviews, Patreon access, our social media, links to our TeePublic site for all our cool merch. And by the way, TeePublic at tpublic.com/user/monsterpartypodcast. That's where you can find all our cool designs. Kaijus, vampires, ghouls, giant rabbits, classic monsters, and Whit Bissell. What more can you want? If you're a true Monster Partier, check out all these designs. You can get them on tote bags and mugs and everything. So check it out.
And remember, the classic collection of Monster Party merch is still available on eBay. Which is called Monster Party Store, where you can find the legendary Monster Party baseball cap, the Monster Party logo and kaiju t-shirts, as well as the Monster Party PPE cloth mask and the Monster Party shot glass. And if you order from our eBay store and are also a Patreon member, we will throw in free surprise goodies, courtesy of our good friends Jason Lindsay at Biff Bang Pow Toys and foam fabber extraordinaire Ted Haynes.
Two men who, aside from giving us things, give us the gift of laughter. But more things, please.
Now, guys, the Rondos were just announced, and we found out that after all these years that we have won for Best Podcast, you cannot possibly expect me in all this excitement to remember what the hell this Patreon is all about. Can you please refresh my memory?
You're easily distracted, James.
No, he is. Well, but he's in a tizzy. He has the vapors right now.
Exactly. Palpitations.
Yeah, no, I get it. Well, James, much like how the Rondo Award was finally won by Monster Party, with the help of our loyal listeners, Patreon gives back by awarding those same listeners with winning Monster Party bonus content. We're talking online honors like our exclusive audio episodes, our special shows like Monster Party Masterpieces, Monster Party on the Road, our popular Toy Time series, and my new off-the-cuff talk show, Blah Blah Blah, with Matt Weinhold. We also have our behind-the-scenes convention footage, our legendary Japan trip video diary, and vintage horror and sci-fi fiction edited by our resident Lyskarian, John Bordeaux, and more.
Well, Matt, that sounds fantastic, but I got to say, I'm saving my pennies lately to start a GoFundMe for a Buckaroo Banzai sequel. So I don't know if I can afford this bonanza. How much does it cost?
Well, for the price Larry Strothe tried to pay each of us to remove our names from the Rondo statue, you could become a Monster Party patron. And that price is $5.
What?
$5 a month.
That's incredible. You can't get a down payment on a Mark Blankfield Jekyll and Hyde Together Again action figure for that price.
That's true. Well,
Collect them all.
Matt, that is no laughing matter. How do I join?
Sweet. Well, all you have to do is you go to patreon.com, you go to Monster Party, you click join, you follow the instructions, and next thing you know, you'll be as happy as we are spending all that money that comes with the Rondo Award. What? There's no money? No, that's fine. That's great.
And speaking of no money, we are on social media. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube at Monster Party TV, Twitter, now X, and Blue Sky, and Instagram at Monster Party HQ. And hey, wherever you're listening to us, please take a moment, send us your thoughts, write a review. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and we will read them on the air.
And we won't just read your review, we'll shout it through a bullhorn at all those folks who didn't vote. On that note, I am Matt Weinhold.
I'm Shawn Sheridan.
I'm Larry Strothe.
And I'm James Gonis.
Keep America strong.
And ask yourselves, what's so funny about horror, sci-fi, and fantasy?
I know, Ghostbusters.
I got slimed. Still hilarious.
We have pressed record, and I don't feel bad about it at all. Now, what I do feel bad about...
I never liked those two. Anchors.
Yeah.
They're anchors. You two are the...
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, here comes Larry Strothe.
Thank God. Hi, Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Hi. Hi. Hi there. Hi.
Hi.
Hi there.
I like
Is
your
that a Godzilla
name tag.
poster Wow, that's a Godzilla poster there in the background.
Is that Godzilla?
It's Godzilla. It's a print of a Polish vintage Godzilla.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They do. The Polish did the best.
Yeah.
They're so good at everything. And speaking of someone who's good at everything, here comes SHAWN Sheridan. And there he is. He's connecting. He's connecting his audio. There's his beautiful mug right there.
Hey there.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Tammy.
Hi. Very nice to see you again.
Yeah.
I don't have headphones.
That's all right. As long as it seems to be all working fine.
You sound pretty good.
Your hair is beautiful. I love what you've done there. Yeah.
You mean me? Okay.
Yeah, well,
you see, Tammy, we don't often get
our hair always looks beautiful.
We don't often get skirts on the show, so
skirts, yeah.
I know.
If you could show your gams at some point, that would be.
I will show you my getaway sticks at some point.
There you go. Yeah, golden bozos, as I think Steve Martin called them.
And we need to take this opportunity to again. Gentlemen, congratulations!
Thank you very much.
The Rondo.
I'd like to thank everybody for this award.
Wait a minute! You've got a worm?
So, Tammy,
where did you?
I've been wanting this LJN Dune worm from the '80s forever.
Yeah, you tried to get it on Collector's Call.
Yeah, I tried to get it on Collector's Call from Sean's wife, and she refused me, which is fine. Everybody, we love our things. So my lovely wife, for my birthday, got me this.
Oh, nice.
And it vibrates.
It looks like one of those popcorn buckets that's so in vogue right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
they made
they
one,
did
right?
one for the last Dune movie. Yeah, it was really elaborate.
But of course,
know
see, Tammy, the thing is, though, see, we know each other so well. And sometimes we get each other things that we think someone doesn't have.
This is true.
And now I realize I'm going to have to throw that Matt gift away because he's already got it.
Oh, that's not true.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well,
So
it's like royalty. You need an heir and a spare. He needs.
Well, does it have a box? Does it have a box?
No.
We'll work something out.
No, I'm going to go a different route.
Hey, guess what? Guess what, though? And hopefully now this doesn't ruin someone else's present idea. So this was from my brother, something I've been wanting forever, a replica of the giant Zardoz head.
Wow.
Is that the same one that I have?
It's
Is it the heavy cast one?
It's heavy, but it's not stone. It's like a plastic, fiberglass, something, you know?
Yeah. I think that's the same one.
big.
That is. I think that's it. Yeah.
If it's light enough, could you put it in a drone so it's just kind of?
You know what I'm
really.
going to do? That's a great idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a fishing line, a heavyweight fishing line, and have it just fly across the room every once in a while, yelling, "The penis is evil." Because it's not
Just
wrong.
on the beach. Just on the beach. That would be great.
I know. Right? Make it. Where are the Zardoz drones?
You know,
Yeah,
where are
really.
those things?
Right?
You know.
True.
Talk to Gavin Heinite.
Oh,
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm
Well,
waiting
isn't
for
he
my
on
prisoner
fire
figures.
Right now? He's on fire right now, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
like a busy. He's modeling and making toys and that kind of thing. So
He's a mover and shaker.
He
He's
is a
an
mover and
inspiration.
shaker. Is
I
he?
see him, every so often
Wow.
just taking his dogs to the groomer.
Yeah.
So he's
Does he have a
normal
rondo?
guy
I'm
like
just
us.
curious.
What?
Does
he have a
Gavin
rondo?
does he have a rondo? I was throwing something to Larry so he could feel better about Gavin.
Yeah, it makes me feel much better.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Now he's back.
But you know what's pathetic? What's really pathetic is no sooner did we win
The way
this.
you feel about Gavin?
No.
Go ahead.
So we won this, and instead of like resting on your laurels, going, the next thing was, okay, well, we got to win next year because we got to get a second one and a third one, and we need more.
You're only as good as your next rondo.
You know, it's like the old saying goes. And I want one as a hood ornament for every one of our cars.
Yes. Well,
Yes, Tammy.
I was just saying you just have the one car, though.
Oh, we could be like the Monkey Mobile. We could have the Monster Mobile car.
There you go.
We'll get Barris Jr. to design it for us.
Is there an heir to that throne? Is there a scion? Not the car scion. They don't exist anymore. And
They
See how
don't?
confusing it could get?
neither does Barris, come to think of it. But does he have an offshoot that is doing similar things?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's also Dean Jeffries. He was another guy, kind of like Barris, who made stuff, like the Damnation Alley truck
and the Jeffries
stuff.
tube from Star Trek.
That's right. Yeah. But I don't know. He took over
I know
their
things.
clones, or took over their
So Tammy, you're a big sci-fi person. You like sci-fi stuff.
When it's good. When it's good, I love it.
Ooh.
When it's bad, I sort of love it.
In a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think we're ready here. By
are
the
we-
way, what's
Are
that? What's that, Sean?
just make sure, are we good with Tammy's audio though? Just make
It
sure it's
sounds good to me.
Can you hear me, Sean? Are you?
No, that's good. Just make sure we're all for Matt. It's all good for.
No, it sounds good. It sounds
Okay,
good.
cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And how is mine? Is it too loud or anything, or is it just right?
I've just been lip reading this whole time.
You're really good.
Man, I haven't heard a thing you said. Yeah, you're.
Well, get in line. There's a whole club of you. So we could start this. Is there any questions about any of this? We're going to be doing, just to let you know, with the title. I told you the title, right? It's going to be "What's So Funny About Horror, Sci-Fi, and Fantasy." Huh? See what I did?
Could we make it longer though?
Yes.
Yes.
But
It
I
could be.
assume it's an homage to the Elvis Costello and Nick Lowe.
It's yes. What it is, it's an episode all about all the comedy, sci-fi, and horror fantasy takeoffs that Elvis Costello and Nick Lowe have done.
A short episode.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
That's going to be great.
And are we gonna?
Yes.
I take it, Matt, you're going to introduce Tammy.
I will.
Give a nice introduction.
Kind of like a looser.
Yes, I'm going to give her a nice
approach.
introduction. Thank you.
And I'm hoping we could get into just a little bit. I want to know about her MST 3000.
Of course,
stuff.
yeah.
I know you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, Larry, it's so old hat," but to me, that's very exciting.
I think it's new hat.
Yeah,
It's a hat
Feels
on a
like-
hat.
Feels like new hat to me.
Yes, but we want to know. We want to know, what does it take to do those things? How do you come up with those, jokes and stuff?
Those jokes.
How do you come up
those
with your
funny
routines,
things.
Tammy?
My shtick.
When you're
Is there-
trotting the boards,
Like,
how do the gas lamps work?
Is there booze involved?
Probably not, right? I'm assuming those guys aren't. There's nobody's a drinker really over there, right?
Stone cold sober.
So
Really?
right, that's what I
Everybody
figured.
does this stone cold sober. I don't know what their
That's what I figured. I don't know.
process when we're on our own is, but
Yeah.
See, this is great. So Tammy, just to let you know, if you haven't listened to the show, what's going to happen?
She was on the show, Larry. You remember
Hi,
that?
remember me, Larry? You were my favorite.
I'm everybody's favorite.
In the theater of his mind.
But if you
It
recall,
was a couple of years ago, but yeah.
it was a while ago, and but
Have you
if
changed your tactics? Have you changed your format?
Tactics.
well, I've turned over a new leaf.
No,
You have?
yeah.
I'm more humble now. I'm willing to, be open to new ideas and stuff.
Don't worry, I haven't got any.
Okay, all right.
All right.
I'm just trying to encourage this team to continue to have a sense of wonder, because as we get older, sometimes we tend to lose that, to get
Sorry.
bitter and angry. And
You know what I need is I'm wondering. My sense of wonder is wondering when you're going to get a new script about the whole sense of wonder thing.
Or when we're going to actually start the show. That's my
Hey,
sense of wonder.
you know what?
I'm hiding
When-
all my trade
when
secrets
sh-
when you start.
When Sean gets annoyed, that means it's time
it's
to
time
start.
to go. Okay.
Time to go.